Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today is our last lecture. So today class is about chapter number 9. Okay, for chapter number 9, the topic for chapter number 9 is about energy management system, ENMS, implementation and also the performance review. Okay, in terms of subtopic, so we only have two main subtopic. First, we discuss about energy management system, ENMS, and the last one we discuss about the conducting the assessment. So most of the content for chapter number 9 will be involved with the assessment of the energy management. In terms of learning outcome, at the end of this chapter, suppose you will understand the principle and processes involved in implementing an energy management system to enhance energy efficiency, apply effective communication, training, and operational control strategies to ensure the successful implementation of energy saving measures. And the last one, you will be able to evaluate the performance of an energy management system through monitoring, analysis, and continual improvement practice. Okay, now we discuss about the energy management system, ENMS. So in previous chapter, in chapter number 4, we already learned about ISO 50001 main approach, where the approach is referred to the PDCA. So P stands for plan, D for do, C for check, and A for act. So we will discuss a little bit about this approach in chapter number 4. So now, in terms of explanation about the assessment, so we'll use this approach in order to access our energy management system. Okay, so this approach involves plan step, do step, check step, and also the act step. So for plan step, we already discussed in chapter number 5 under planning topic. So the rest, do, check, and act, we will discuss in chapter number 9, this chapter. Okay, so do step in this chapter number 9 refer to how we execute our planning for the energy management system. So we need to execute in order to improve the performance of the energy for specific organization. Okay, so execute the plan based on the implementation of energy saving measures under communication by implementing good and also effective communication. So this aspect will enable effective implementation, awareness, and engagement throughout the organization. So we need to ask what kind of communication that we need to convey, how we want to communicate, when we want to communicate, who will take responsibility to communicate for the specific result, and to whom we need to convey the information, the specific information about the energy performance. So there are a few criteria in terms of effective communication. First, we need to have internal and also external communication. We need to involve the employee engagement. We need to have collaboration and also partnership. We need to have energy performance feedback, continuous improvement communication, and also we need to have a training and also awareness program for all stage in terms of staff categories. And also we need to provide specific training in order to provide knowledge for all staff, for all level in the organization. The knowledge in terms of principle, processes, and implementation of the energy management system. And the aim of the training, we want to build awareness, understanding, and skill for effective management. So there are two type, or there are two categories of training. First, the training for technical and non-technical person, which is directly involved in energy management system. And the second one is the training for technical and non-technical persons that indirectly involved in the energy management system. And also we need to have or we need to promote or introduce the awareness about the energy management. So all individuals in the organization must be aware of the following aspects, such as the energy policy, what are their contribution to the effectiveness of the energy management system, the impact of their activities on energy performance, and also the implication of not conforming with the energy management system requirements. Okay, next, still under do step, where we need to execute our plan. Under operational control, so we need, by referring to the operational control, we need to establishing the criteria for the processes, such as process mapping, operational guideline, and also reference. We need to make sure that we need to have effective operation and also maintenance of facilities, which is referred to the work instruction. Equipment, system, and energy usage processes where their absent log sheet can lead to a significant deviation from intended energy performance, which is referred to the calculation sheet. And also we need to implementing control of the processes following the criteria established. Okay. Okay, next we need to conduct operation based on design, where we need to consider energy performance improvement, opportunities, and operational control that can significantly impact its energy performance over the planned or expected operating lifetime. So this consideration need to involve with designing new, modified, and also renovated facilities. Also involve with the equipment, system, and energy using processes. Okay, so the figure shows the consideration in terms of design. For example, in the figure shows the HVAC system, where we need to control in terms of cool air enter the specific room, where we need to adjust, we need to control based on numbers of person inside the specific rooms. And also we need to incorporate into specification, design, and also procurement activities. Okay, next about the procurement processes, where we need to buy the specific equipment, machinery, so that we can fulfill the energy management objective. So we need to establish and also implement criteria for evaluating energy performance when procuring energy using products, equipment, and services which are expected to have a significant impact on the organization energy performance. Okay, for example, we need to consider what I call the safe energy equipment. So the figure shows the what I call the label that normally normally attached to the equipment that have what calls energy safe criteria. Okay, so before we buy certain machinery or equipment, we need to look at this kind of labels. Okay, the next step is check steps, where for under energy management system, the check step refer to what I call the performance review. So we need to review our performance in terms of energy consumption. First, in terms of we need to review in terms of performance evaluation, what needs to be monitored and also measured. So we need to monitor and measure the effectiveness of the action plan in achieving objective and also energy targets. ENPIS, Energy Performance Indicator. Operation of significant energy usage. Okay, SEU stand for significant energy use. And ENPI stand for Energy Performance Indicator. And also we need to monitor and measure the actual energy consumption versus expected energy consumption. So under performance evaluation, the methods for monitoring, measurement, analysis, and evaluation as applicable to ensure valid result when the monitoring and measurement shall be performed. When the result from monitoring and measurement, the organization shall evaluate its energy performance and the effectiveness of the energy management system. The organization need to compare the energy performance indicator values against the corresponding energy baseline. ENB stand for energy baseline. And the organization also need to investigate and respond to significant deviation in energy performance. And the numerical indicator under performance evaluations are energy performance indicator, energy baseline, and also the base load. So these are numerical indicators that used to evaluate the performance. Okay, next under the performance review, so we need to conduct, in order to check the performance, we need to conduct the monitoring process. Okay, what is the monitoring and also targeting? So defining monitoring and also the targeting refer to the management technique that use energy information to eliminate waste, reduce and control the current energy use, and improve the existing operating procedures. Monitoring, by using the monitoring process, we can establish the existing pattern of energy consumption. By implementing the targeting process, we can identify energy consumption level which is desirable as the energy management goals. So monitoring target approach that can be done. So the process or the approach will involve a systematic discipline division of the facility into Energy Accounting Center, EAC. The utilities used in each center are closely monitored and the energy use is compared with measure of operation. Once this information is available, target can be set, variance can be spotted and interpreted, and remedial action can be taken and implemented. Rationale of defining monitoring and also targeting are we can know whether our current energy is better or worse than before. We can know the trend in energy consumption. We'll know how to develop performance target for the EM program. EM program here refer to the energy management program. We will know how much our future energy varies. We can compare with other company or other businesses. And also we can know how much our organization or our company react to the changes. These are the rationale why we need to have defining monitoring and also targeting. And from this process of monitoring, we will obtain a different type of information such as for the plan level, we can obtain the specific info from the financial accounting system from the Energy Accounting Center. If we consider the plan and department level, we will have the comparative, we can obtain information in terms of comparative energy consumption data of group with similar facilities. In the system level, for the system level, we will obtain performance data from the sub-metering data. And for the equipment level, we will have specific energy consumption for individual equipment. So this kind of information that we will obtain for different level by implementing the defining, monitoring, and also targeting process under the monitoring process. So the element that involve under the defining, monitoring, and also targeting are recording, analyzing, comparing, setting target, monitoring, reporting, and also the controlling elements. Okay, next, under analyzing process, in order to check our performance review, there are a few type of analysis that we already discussed in previous chapter, such as time dependence analysis based on the months, hours, or years, monthly, hourly, daily, or yearly, in terms of data consumption. We can use regression analysis by what I call calculating the relationship in terms of equation, so that we can predict the energy consumption for the next coming months, year, and so on. And also we can use cumulative summation or CUSUM in terms of analysis. Okay. Also, in order to review the energy performance for a specific organization, also we need to conduct internal audit before we have conduct external audit from the third parties. We can conduct our own auditing process that we refer as internal audit. So the purpose of the internal audit actually to improve energy performance, to confirm, which is referred to comply with the rules, standards, and also expectation. So confirm means to comply with rules, standards, and also expectation, such as the organization requirement for the energy management system, and also to make sure that the organization comply with the energy policy, objective, and also energy target. And the last one, to make sure that the energy management system is effectively implemented and also maintained. So these are the purpose of the internal audit. Okay, next, still under the performance review, is about the reporting. So the purpose of the reporting process, first we want to report, or we want to convey whatever information we obtain in terms of energy performance, regulatory compliance, financial analysis, communication, and also stakeholder engagement. And the last one as the decision-making support. Type of report actually depend where energy manager, EM, has to formulate the proper reporting system to ensure that the monitoring result will be given to the right person for taking action. So the type of report actually depend who will get the report. Okay, so in this table, I will show you what I call for different what I call position, we need to submit different type of report. Okay, so in this table we will have type of report column, which is report for a certain position, aim to provide what the aim of the report for a specific position, and also what kind of report structure recommended for the report. Okay, so in terms of aim to provide relevant information on the current status of, so under aim to provide by the report, so I will of course simplify the phrase into symbol in order to simplify the table. So we have numbers of aim such as ECO stand for energy consumption of the organization, ECA stand for energy conservation activities, FSIM stand for financial status of the implemented measures, TAEC stand for training activities on energy conservation, PS stand for purchasing status of each energy conservation measures, and ECMS stand for energy conservation measures. Okay, under report structure, we will use certain abbreviation in order to simplify the table. So we have a report structure. P1 stand for part number 1, P2 stand for part number 2, P3 refer to part number 3, and also P4 stand for part number 4. And symbol A represent called the content of the report, which is refer to the energy consumption and EEI status, energy efficient indicator. B, result of energy conservation measures. C, ECM, energy conservation measures, bracket number for specific status. Number 1 stand for the based on the financial, ECM based on financial status. Number 2, training plan. Number 3, purchasing. And number 4, refer to the activities involved with energy conservation measures. Okay, and the last one, these represent the improvement actions. So for the top management, CEO, the aim of the report are to get the information such as ECO, energy consumption of the organization, and also ECA, energy conservation activities. So in terms of report structure for the top management, we will have at least 4 parts. Part number 1, in terms of content, will be energy consumption and also EEI status. Part number 2, the content is B, refer to the result of energy conservation measures. Part number 3, refer to C1, energy conservation measures based on financial status. And part number 4, refer to, in terms of content, refer to D, improvement action. For accounting and also finance manager, so the aim of the report is to provide ECO, energy consumption of the organization, and also the FSIM, which is referred to the financial status of the implemented measures. In terms of report structure, so there will be 3 parts. Part number 1, in terms of content, energy consumption and EEI status. Part number 2, in terms of content, C1, energy conservation measures based on financial status. And part number 3, refer to the improvement action. For the human resource management or human resource manager, so we will provide the report in term of we need to provide them the information in terms of energy consumption of the organization, and also TAEC in terms of training activities on energy consumption. So the content of the report consists of 3 parts. Part number 1 refer to A, energy consumption and also EEI status. Part number 2 refer to the content in terms of energy conservation measures based on training plan status. And part number 3, the content involved with D, which is improvement action. And for purchasing manager, the report will cover, it will provide information in terms of ECO, energy consumption of the organization, and also PS, purchasing status of each energy conservation measures. In terms of report structure for purchasing manager, so we'll have 3 parts. Part number 1 consists of, in terms of content A, which is referred to the energy consumption and also EEI status. Part number 2 refer to C3, energy conservation measures based on purchasing status. And part number 3 refer to the improvement action, item D. And we have the report for energy engineering, utility or production manager. So the aim of the report is to provide information in terms of ECO, energy consumption of the organization, and also ECMS, which is referred to the energy conservation measures. So the report will consist of three part. Part number 1 involves with item A, energy consumption, and also EEI status. Part number 2 involves with item B, result of energy conservation measures, and part number 3 involves with item D, improvement action. And the last one is for the report for head of Energy Accounting Center. So the report will provide information in terms of energy consumption of the organization and also ECA, energy conservation activities. So the recommended report structure will be 4 parts. Part number 1 involves item A content, energy consumption, also EEI status. Number 2 will involve in terms of content. Item B, result of energy conservation measures. Part number 3 involves with C4, energy conservation measures based on activities status. And the last one, part number 4, refer to item D in terms of content that relate to the improvement action. So these are different type of report based on who will receive the report. Okay, so the detail I will explain in the table. Okay, so next, before we start, we continue our lecture. So I will give you the first code for your attendance. Code number 1 is EC. Again, EC. Okay, next step under the PDCA approach is X step. So for our case, involves energy management system, we need to improve our management under this step. So we need to review our management process. So top management shall review the energy management system to ensure its suitability, adequacy, effectiveness, and alignment with the organization's strategic vision. So the review item that involve in management review are the status of action of previous management review, the energy policy, changes in external and also internal issues and associated risks and opportunities that are relevant to the energy management system, the information on the energy management system performance, such as the non-conformities and corrective action, monitoring and measurement result, audit result of the evaluation, compliance with legal and other requirements, and the opportunities for continual improvement. Also under review item are the objective and energy target that has been met, and also the result of energy performance and its improvement, which is referred to the energy performance indicator. The last one is the status of the action plan. So the outcome of the management review will be the opportunities of improve energy performance, the energy policy, the performance indicator, and also the baseline, objective, energy target, action plan, or other measures that are not achieved, opportunities to improve integration with business process, the allocation of resources, and the improvement of competence, awareness, and communication. Okay, next about the corrective action. When a non-conformity is identified, we need to react to the non-conformity, and as applicable, we need to take action to control and correct it, and also we need to deal with the consequences. And also we need to evaluate the need for action to eliminate the causes of the non-conformity in order that it does not reoccur or occur elsewhere. By reviewing the non-conformity, determining the causes of the non-conformity, and also we need to determining if similar non-conformities exist or can potentially occur. And also we need to implement any action needed. We need to review the effectiveness of any corrective action taken. And also we need to make changes to the energy management system if necessary. Okay, so next, the corrective action step. After the non-conformity is identified, so we need to identify the non-conformity. We need to conduct root cause analysis. We need to have action planning. We need to conduct, we need to provide implementation, verification and effectiveness assessment, and also documentation and review process. And the last step, probably under next step, in order to improve our management system, we need to have continual improvement. So the organization shall continually improve the suitability, adequacy, and effectiveness of the energy management system. The organization shall demonstrate continual energy performance improvement. Okay, code number 2 for your attendance is LI. Again, LI. Now we will discuss about how to conduct assessment for the energy management system. So the assessment, the importance of the assessment. So the assessment actually is a management tool for monitoring and reviewing energy performance and effective implementation. So this process will provide information to formulate new energy target and plan to improve energy management performance, to ensure that the system is properly established, implemented, and maintained, and that sustainable improvement continues. And the last, the importance of assessment process, the assessment report, and other relevant activities necessary to provide sufficient information to allow a decision to be made by the organization. So type of assessment. So we have internal assessment that conduct by the first party, which is referred to the organization. The external assessment, that we have two types of external assessment. First, conduct by the second party, such as supplier and customer. The third party, conduct by regulatory agency, which is mandatory, and for the certification body, which is inter of status, will be voluntary. Okay, so for example, we have ABC company, considered as the specific organization. So this company will conduct an internal assessment, which is referred as the first party. So from the internal assessment, the company will get specific feedback in order to improve the energy performance of the organization. Also, we'll have external assessment, the second party that come from the supplier and also the customer. And also we have second type of external assessment that considered as the third party, such as the assessment that come from the regulatory agency, which is normally mandatory from the government and so on, and also the certification body, which is normally voluntary, such as the ISO certification and so on. So in terms of the principle, first principle is ethical conduct, fair presentation, due professional care, independence, and must be evidence-based approach. So these are the what I call the main principle of the assessment process. Okay, code number 3 for your attendant is PS. Again, PS. Okay, under assessment process, there are 4 phases. Phase number 1 is about the planning the assessment. The assessment objective to determine conformance with the assessment criteria, ensure compliance with statutory, regulatory, and also contextual requirement, determine whether the management system has been properly implemented and maintained, evaluation of the effectiveness, ensure the continuing suitability and also effectiveness, and to identify areas of potential improvement. The scope of the assessment under phase number 1, describe the extent and also boundaries of the assessment, such as a physical location, the information about the the organization, and a process within a facility or any combination of the above. Next, the criteria, the assessment criteria, such as the policies, Energy Efficiency Index, EEIS, Energy Management Working Procedure, EMWP, EAC Working Procedure, EACWP. EAC stand for Energy Accounting Center. To consider also the criteria in terms of regulation, legislation, and the industry sector codes of conduct. So in terms of assessment program, there are two types of assessment program. First, we have status and importance of the processes and the area being assessed, and also the result of the previous assessment. And the last one under the phase number 1 is about the assessment team selection. So we'll continue for the next slide. Okay, under assessment team selection, so the criteria of the team selection so must be qualified to perform the task of assessment, independent from the area elements to be assessed, possess the overall experience and expertise needed to conduct the assessment. Assessor, in terms of knowledge, so the assessor involved with assessment process must have the specific knowledge in terms of assessment principle, procedure, and also technique. Know about the energy technologies, energy management system, energy management, and also energy accounting center working procedure. Know about the organization processes, and know about the applicable law, regulation, and other relevant requirements. Specific for the lead assessor, so the lead assessor responsibility will be the leaders must ensuring the efficient and effective conduct and completion of the assessment within the assessment scope and also plan, consulting scope, obtaining necessary information, preparing the assessment plan, communicating the final assessment plan, preparing of working document, resolve any problems involved, recognizing when assessment objective become unattainable, discussion with the assessee, notifying assessment finding, and reporting to the management. So these are the responsibilities of the lead assessor. However, for the team members, the other assessor responsibility, so the team member need to follow the directions, planning and carrying out the assigned tasks, collecting and analyzing assessment evidence, preparing working document, documenting individual assessment finding, and the last one, assessing in writing the assessment report. So these are what I call the general assessor, which is referred to the team member of the team assessment team in terms of responsibility. Phase number 2, under assessment process, which is referred to the preparing the assessment. So we need to prepare the assessment plan in terms of criteria. So the team need to consider status and importance of the processes and area being assessed and result of previous assessment. We need to be flexible and also permit changes. Be flexible and permit changes. Be communicated to assessment team members and also assessees. So in terms of assessment plan, need to cover the scope, dates and place of functional units to be assessed, expected time and also duration of the assessment activities. Need to cover the identification of the assessment team roles, and need to assign uh, need to cover the assignment of each teams. Okay, also need to prepare the document review. The content of the document review are the energy policies, roles and responsibility of energy manager committees, energy managers, committees, and also EAC, Energy Accounting Center. Need to review in terms of energy target and also plan. Energy management committee working procedure, EAC working procedure, Energy Accounting Center working procedure, operational guide, process mapping, and also the work instruction. So these are the content that need to review for the document. Okay, for team assignment, the assignment must be based on roles and also responsibilities for the assessment teams, as we already mentioned in previous slide. Assessment checklist. What are the advantages and also disadvantages? For the advantages, the assessment checklist will help assessors organize, plan, conduct assessment, and report assessment result. Note taking, cover all assignment, understanding of assess activities, identify high risk and key question, and the last one, be information for next assessment. However, the disadvantages in terms of assessment checklist limit the questions, may not seek objective evidence, lead to the predetermining sequence of thought and also questions, lead to a boring and rigid assessing process, and may result in a non-focused assessment, which is detail may be overlooked. Okay, so next, phase 3. So attendance code number 3 is PS. PS. Okay, now about the phase 3, conducting the assessment or performance review. So in terms of assessment team activities, so we have opening meeting. So in the opening meeting will confirm the scope, explain criteria for and opportunities for improvement that may be raised after the assessment, confirm plan and place to work to be assessed, and the opportunities for assessment to ask questions. Next, we have assessment sampling, where we need to determine the sampling size, the significance of the operation or activities, the number of different or similar operation or activities, the number of site or location where the activities is performed, whether the activities has governed by legislation or other requirements, competence of the SSC performing the activities, and if the consequence of a wrong judgment is serious, then more samples shall be taken. Next, we have the objective evidence. True information is obtained through several ways, such as from the document, record, interviewing, and also the observation of the activities. Okay, next, what I call the activities such as the interview technique. So the assessor need to be participative and create an encouraging atmosphere for discussion. Be open, trusting, and polite. Do not assume negative roles. Use a friendly tone. Be prepared to slow down and allow time for the SSC to think. Be sensitive to the non-verbal behavior. Point out that the aim is not to find fault with the individual personnel And the last one, use our simple question techniques such as ask about how, where, when, what, why, and who for specific question. Okay. So still under assessment team activities, such as controlling the assessment. In order to conduct the activities such involved with controlling the assessment, we need to be prepared and punctual, insist on the person being question answer for themselves, as little taking as possible, which is referred to 20% question, 80% answer. Avoid misunderstanding, give compliment, keep question clear and concise, be polite and calm. When faced with this situation, must act decisively, professionally, and fairly, keeping in mind the objective and the purpose of the assessment. On-site assessment, need to identify energy issues at a particular location. Need to consider the physical weaknesses of all area of actual and also potential impact. And also can be used, what called the assessor may use photograph to assess, to make their assessment. In terms of taking assessment notes, it can be taken using checklist, specially designed form, or any form of documentation. It should preferably contain time, date, and location where the observation has been made, description of the relevant observation, procedure or reference document, the cross-reference procedure involved to establish an assessment trail, and reading of any instrument. And also under the assessment team activities is the constructing assessment trial by approaching individual clauses in energy management system or procedures, track the management activities within this defined area, and walk the site to see image, document, or record. Okay, continue with assessment team activities. And the last code for your attendance, code number 4, ES. ES. Okay, next, in terms of activity, communication during the assessment team meeting. So these are we not discuss in detail because probably we already discussed in previous slide. And also we have reviewing assessment finding. So the review will include a study of notes and or comparison of note with team members, a review of checklists, the listing of findings together with any assessment evidence, decision on opportunities for improvement, the writing of opportunities for improvement, OFIs. In terms of assessment finding, result of the evaluation of the collected assessment evidence against assessment criteria may be a non-conformity, compliance, comment, observation, opportunities for improvement, good practices which could benefit others, processes within the company, deficiency for which the assessor is prepared to give the company the benefit of the doubt, suggestion for action to improve the effectiveness of the energy management system. In terms of finding statement, the finding statement should contain overview of finding, description of the deficiency, example of assessment evidence, and the summary of the requirement. And still under assessment team activities, about the opportunity for improvement, OFI. So the OFI form is used to report the opportunities of improvement, to record acceptance of the opportunities for the improvement by the SSC, record the action taken to correct the cause of non-conformities, record acceptance by the assessor of the corrective action taken to resolve the non-conformities. The OFI should contain references to the applicable processes, function or procedure, energy manager working procedure, or energy accounting center work procedure, assessors names, and also the finding statement. For the closing meeting, in the closing meeting, the assessment team need to present an objective overview of findings, strengths, and also weaknesses. Need to present, discuss, and obtain acknowledgement of OFIS, resolve disagreement, obtain the assessors and energy manager signature on any OFIS unless already done, confirm the follow-up activities how any OFIS are to be closed out. Okay, so these are the activities for the assessment team under phase 3, conducting the assessment or the performance review. And the last phase is involved with reporting and also the follow-up the assessment. So normally for the reporting, we already discussed in previous slide and also previous chapters. Okay, in terms of conclusion for this chapter, first, effective implementation and performance review of an energy management system are critical for achieving energy efficiency and also organizational sustainability. Continuous improvement supported by proper training, communication, and monitoring ensure the long-term success of energy management initiative. And the last one, collaboration among all stakeholders combined with systematic assessment and corrective action contribute significantly to maintaining and improving energy performance. Okay, that's all for chapter 9. Assalamualaikum.